Real life scenario. You're out and about policing your patch of desert, and what do you know it? A bunch of hoodlums have moved in and are making trouble. 9mm just won't cut it. 5.56, everybody knows that's just to wound them. What you're gonna need is a shotgun. And to learn how to use these, I had to bring in a specialist.
Today on Clone or Die, we're gonna pump up the jam with the 12 gauge. Now you guys might be thinking, who's this guy? I haven't seen him in 11 months. And I'm Clay, and they brought me in because while y'all were busy playing Battlefield 6, I was studying the art of the gauge. So today I'm gonna teach you a lesson in lethality about 12 gauge buckshot. You MP5 guys think 9mm is king? Hell no. You need something like this. Get that pussy shit out of here, okay? 12 gauge will stop a man and his entire genetic bloodline in one shot. 9mm, everyone knows you gotta shoot them 45 times in the face. When it comes to sweeping the streets with the business end of a scattergat, nothing quite compares to the Remington 870 Police Magnum. Now, this thing has been blowing criminals, scum, ne'er-do-wells, hooligans, bank robbers, grocery store robbers, train robbers, Viet Cong, enemies of the state, enemies of the people, enemies of my enemies' friends. I don't know. It's been killing a lot of people for a long time. I'm not talking about shooting a little Tweety bird out of the sky with Grandpa's old scattergat. I'm talking about shooting people in the face who want to do you harm. And today, I'm gonna show you how it works. So you may be thinking, why the hell do I have this old gun? It's a pump. I'm looking for a 12 gauge autoloader. There's too many bad guys out there. Man. This is a old school Remington 870. It's got the smoothest, and I mean the smoothest, of pumps. Now, we got a couple bad guys out there. Go ahead and give a couple strokes to those guys and really see how it goes. See? Smooth stroking. Out here today, we've got two different flavors of 870. Really, they're the same gun, but two different configurations. We've got the classic fixed stock, and we got the law folder, as it's called. It says on the side, for law enforcement use only. And you might be thinking, I'm not a cop. I can't have that. Believe me, when you're wielding a 12 gauge 870 with intent to enforce, you are the law.
Police, freeze!
Stop resisting! We've rendered him compliant.
So you're like a cop, right?
Yeah, Los Santos.
Oh, okay.
PD.
Okay.
We do a lot of simulation, hostage rescue, hostage kills. The get-ahead tactic was pioneered in Los Santos PD by the likes of tactical gods like Very Liquors and Havis Trayley. It's utilized to stop an opponent at any time of day, in any place, as fast as possible. The removal of the face and phallic, the instantaneous and immediate blood loss will render anybody who wants to do you or your community harm dead. Get ahead stands for aim at hoodlum. Engage appropriate dome. Either the face or the phallic. The face or the phallic, you remove those entirely and the threat will stop right there. I'd like to see your 9mm do that. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you some actual shotgun tactics on how to deal with perpetrators. If you look at the target over here, we have an anatomically correct male hoodlum. You might be asking yourself, why is his head so small? Well, he doesn't have a lot of brain power, and that's why he turned to a life of crime. Also, watermelons are not in season. It's the biggest one I could find at the store. I'm sorry, okay? Anyways, Mr. Melvin over here, Melvin Mellon, I don't need to know his name before I dispatch him with the long arm of the law. He represents a guy holding up a liquor store, okay? You are going to dispatch him using the get ahead tactic. That is an acronym. Now, you want to get ahead in the gunfight, and you typically want to get ahead when you're shooting at somebody. Typically their head. They've got two of them. So, Jack, blow his head smooth off. Wildly effective. Now what you just saw is that we took that man's face off, okay? Put it on the ground. And you were like, Clay, what's this get ahead method? Is that a headshot? Yes. There's 2 domes on every male perpetrator's body. And we're gonna show you the second way to immobilize him. Let's say he's like hiding behind some shelf or something and you can't see his face. There's somewhere else you can shoot to put him down. Jack, you know what you have to do. Target effectively neutralized. See that second guy?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I just painted a wall with him.
I guess that's what you get for littering.
I litter all the time.
Oh, shit. Now, for those of you who are educated out there, you're gonna go, wow, that's the Sarah Connor shotgun. That's pretty badass. Can you do the Sarah Connor rack? Yeah, I can do the Sarah Connor rack, but it's kind of retarded.
So no roll, Hondo?
How you know I didn't do the roll?
Saw you do the Sarah Connor rack. It's pretty retarded.
You only roll in John Woo movies and Terminator, not real life.
You only Sarah Connor rack in Terminator.
So everyone's seen a classic 870. It's just like all the other shotguns with a fixed stock and a pump. And you might be looking at this and be like, damn, that thing's pretty cool. It's got like a top folding stock. Like, is that a Spaz 12? And it's kind of like Spaz 12 we have at home. And in the infinite wisdom of Remington, they were like, who needs the most uncomfortable folding stock to shoot a shotgun with? It's the police force, of course. And this thing is really cool, shooting it like this. It hurts like a son of a bitch when you shoot it with buckshot, especially unfolded. It's not too bad, but it certainly isn't great. Fuck. It's better to shoot it folded, quite frankly. It looks cooler. Like, you know, fold it up. It's nice and compact. If you're like in a steel mill, you know, with your son and maybe like some random stranger you found and a liquid metal human being from the future is coming after you, it could do a pretty good job at blowing his ass into a smelting pit. But unfolded, ugh, it's a little brutal.
Bump it up!
That's actually like wildly retarded. I hope I never actually have to shoot like that in real life.
No roll?
Dude, this body armor's too thick to roll, bro. It's like, I feel like a fucking turtle.
Can you roll?
Fuck no.
When you buy a police folding stock for an 870, really there's only one way to shoot it. Like your Resident Evil video game character. That one's the Los Angeles style.
Welcome back to another 12 gauge themed episode of Clone or Die. And I know what you're thinking, another shotgun video so soon after the last shotgun video. Well, it is my channel and I can do whatever I want with it. And so today we are covering the Remington 870 Police Magnum.
I freaking love this shotgun. So, a little bit about the Remington 870 Police Magnum. First of all, a little bit about Remington 870s. They are the quintessential American shotgun. They've been around since the 50s. They've been fantastic.
Yeah.
The modern Remington 870s have a bit of a mixed reputation, but the classic tried and true blued and chromed bolt, or chromed, it's really just a naked bolt. These shotguns are beloved by anybody who usually picks them up. They are a fan favorite. They are known for their very smooth pump. I mean, they're just fantastic. And me personally, when I think of Remington 870s, I think of two things. I think of shooting birds, typically dove, before school during dove season. And I think of police forces, police cruisers, kind of like, you know, old school 1990s gang unit stuff. And when I think of the police in the 870, my brain immediately goes to the rifle sights on the smoothbore barrel with the extended mag tube. This is the iconic police shotgun. You see Mossbergs every once in a while, but really like 870s, ever since the 80s, really. I mean, every department seems to have them, and every department seems to run them, and they're just fantastic guns.
Plus, it's one of the most produced shotguns in the world. I know the numbers are not exact, but on the Mossberg and the Remington 870 are both about the same, with 11 million produced to this day.
Like I said, grew up hunting, and I've seen my buddies' 870s from when we were like 16 all the way till today. I'm 28 now, and every year we just slam loads and loads of boxes through those during dove and quail season. A lot of people I know don't even clean their shotguns, and a couple of them are gummed up, but still they just power through it. They're just fantastic guns. The dual pump rods, slide rods, I don't know what to call them exactly.
Action.
The action. Yeah, these action bars. That's the word for it. The dual action bar is kind of one of those Remington 870 things that a lot of other companies, because of copyright or patent infringement, couldn't do the dual action bar
For a little while.
And then Remington came out with this, with the dual action bars, and it just smokes most of the other single action bar shotguns out there. Action bar, of course, is this little strut right here that connects your pump to your bolt. The dual action bar really gives you a smooth ride all the way from open to close, and it's a really strong, stout action.
Yeah, I'll say it's smooth too. Like, I'm still gonna personally say I think the 590 overall is probably more durable than the 870 is, but the 870's action is much smoother than any Mossberg.
Absolutely. I mean, it all depends on what you're doing, right? If you're going into a war zone where your logistical supply train is questionable and those Swedish Mossbergs are just bomb-proof, absolutely take it. I personally like the Mossberg because I'm a lefty, and they have the safety up here, which is so nice. With the Remington kind of traditional push across safety for a shotgun, as a lefty, I gotta like break my grip and either hit it with my thumb or I gotta wrap around. The Mossberg's top mounted safety is super nice for that. But in comparison to a war zone where logistics supply train might be dubious at best, you know, if you're a police armorer, and you have an armory to every night you park your squad car and you take your shotgun in. I mean, the Remingtons, the 870s especially, are just fantastic guns. A little bit more care and maintenance needs to be put into them, but they're still fantastic. Especially the older versions, like I said, you can immediately tell them because the kind of like fire bluing.
Yeah.
It's not bluing according to Remington, but it kind of looks like it.
It does. I mean, I still have my dad's original 870 from the 1970s, and the bluing, like, it's kind of worn like this, but it's like totally solid.
Yeah,
for a gun.
I like it better. I think it looks cooler. It's a beautiful looking gun, and then on top of that, you get less friction, especially on your bolt, because the modern 870s, they're phosphate coated, even the bolt, and when you first buy them, they're a bit gritty. There's a gritty feeling. They did that for durability on the finish, Remington says, which, it probably protects it from scratches and stuff a little better. But I've also seen a few of those things like just absolutely coated in rust. Like
I've seen 2 that I've owned coated in rust.
Yeah, so the older 870s with the bluing, it's kind of the way to go. Little things about these. So these 2 with the stock, the thick stock, are police magnums. So Remington has a few different guns in their series. Typically your markings are here. You have the Remington Wingmaster, which is what the Sarah Connor Law Folder stock is on. And the Wingmaster is like the El Clasico. A
little bit
Remington.
cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, slightly, but the Wingmaster is the one they've been making the longest.
Yeah.
And the Wingmasters are, most of your police department shotguns are actually Wingmasters. And then they made the Magnum series to shoot 3-inch Magnum shells. Because in a Wingmaster, you do not want to shoot, it can't shoot 3-inch Magnum shells. The Magnum series can. And then they made the Police Magnum, which just cool ass name. First of all.
Not commercially available too.
I mean, you could find them. They're out there.
You can get them, but technically Remington only sells them to police departments.
I mean, yeah, but Police Magnum. Now that's a 3-inch for the 3-inch Magnum shells, and the blued Police Magnums, like the one I have here and the one here, are kind of a really uncommon thing to see. Typically, when you look up Police Magnum, you'll see the modern phosphate finished Remingtons. The Police Magnums that are blued, I've tried to look this up, and you got to go into some like really deep boomer-esque like Remington forums. And from what I can tell is they offered the Police Magnums in the kind of like fire bluing with the chrome bolts, like the older style, and the aluminum trigger guards. That's the other thing about these older guns. They have aluminum trigger guards. Modern ones have plastic. But they offered the from what I can gather, the Police Magnum in this finish really only for like a handful of years, for like a really short time.
Sure, yeah.
So of all the kind of Remington police shotguns to find, the blued Police Magnums are really not common. I'd been hunting for one for like a year. I picked up this Law Folder stock a long time ago for like $400. And if you know anything about the price of these things, it's actually insane for possibly one of the most uncomfortable shotgun stocks I've ever fired.
Awful. Like literally actually the worst.
It's terrible.
It's like underfolder AKs.
It's terrible. And it's old polymer too. So like the pistol grip, I'm kind of like iffy on. Like I wonder how many rounds it's going to give out before it cracks and breaks. But it looks bitching. It looks absolutely bitching. And
take out a T1000 with one of these.
Yeah, some guy was selling them for like $400 on tax swap. So I jumped on it, and then I'd been sitting on it for about a year. And I really wanted a Remington 870 to throw it on. The phosphate finish with the blued folding stock didn't look right. It just, so I wanted to get a blued gun. And then it says for law enforcement use only on it. So I kind of want my gun to say Police Magnum on it, right? Like, wouldn't that be cool? Police Magnum, law enforcement use only stock. And when I think of police guns, I think of extended tube like this and rifle sights.
Surefire handguard.
And the Surefire handguard's cool, but I like the old wood corn cob.
I like the Surefire.
And this is more practical.
It looks more police to me.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
That's like when I think police shotgun, I think shitty Surefire handguard. It's not really shitty. It's relative to the time. And like extended tube, or even with the 4-round tube, I still think
4-round tubes with the 4-round tubes with the Surefire light looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
But I like that. I feel like I'm like a 1980s Los Angeles gang unit cop in like Compton,
Crud of the crash unit.
Yeah, exactly. Like looking for bad dudes doing bad stuff.
This is just hunting T1000s for me, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the other thing. Terminator, obviously, like that is the Sarah Connor shotgun. But she doesn't have rifle sights on hers, actually. She has the, it's just regular like ramp sight for your standard instead of a bead.
It's also worth noting that it's kind of funny in the movie. She's like wounded, so she's doing the rack because her shoulder is hurt because she gets stabbed by the T-1000. It's easier to just normally rack the shotgun than it is to go like this.
I mean, even if you like brace it against your body, and then like I was shooting this as a joke, you know, with two hands, with 2 guns in each hand, and every time I'd shoot without my hand on this thing, this would just drop back from recoil. So like, you know, like this thing is buttery smooth. You can literally maneuver it with your pinky. I mean, like I'm not even putting a lot of weight right now, like, and it's already going. You know, I literally just tapped that thing. So the idea that she's slamming that sucker, it looks badass.
It looks awesome.
And of course, the first thing I did when I got that is immediately do the Sarah Connor rack, because why not? But it's the most inefficient economy of motion.
Yeah,
like,
you're wasting so much energy doing it.
Yeah, but you know, but that's it. That's the stock. As far as this shotgun, I got this thing essentially unfired, minty, from a local shop here in Arizona for $600, which I've been looking for these for a while. Here's a little thing about 870s. Police trade-ins are your friend. Always go and look at police trade-ins. Some of them look like they got dragged through the city streets behind a police cruiser.
Yeah.
But some of them are like a really good condition, like barely messed with. And I mean, they've got some of them have high round counts, bean bags, you know, slugs, buckshot, like all sorts of crap.
All the training that they go through. Yeah.
But they still hold up great, especially if there's an armorer taking care of them. And when it comes to these shotguns, I highly recommend go the police trade-in route. That's what these two were. These are from Scottsdale PD, police trade-ins. And if you go on Gunbroker, like looking for this stuff, you'll get police trade-ins.
You're not paying what we paid.
No, you'll get police trade-ins for like a decent price, but not great. I recommend you just wait until your local police department wants to trade in their shotguns and floods their local shop with them, because that's the way to go. I paid $600 for that. Like I said, brand new. It had this beautiful walnut stock on it. I mean, unfired from the 80s. It's incredible. $600 was about half the price of what I was looking at for the same configuration on Gunbroker. And then I called a buddy up, because I'm up here in, I was in Scottsdale at the time. I called a buddy up and wanted to get lunch, and naturally he's at a gun shop, so I dropped by and they're having a police trade-in sale, and what's sitting on the damn counter is 4 of these bad boys, blued, police Magnum marked, the exact gun I'm looking for. I scooped mine with the wood stock for $400 after tax. Rack number 11, my lucky number. Jack immediately went and got his for what, yours like $350? $350?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an insane deal.
That's what the Surefire is worth, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's an insane deal. Like, you know, if you're lucky and you get a police trade-in with a Surefire handguard, I've seen these for what, $200, $300 online sometimes. Yeah. You know,
the retro Surefire market has exploded, and like I know I contribute to that because I have a lot of the retro Surefire products, but like stuff that was like $100 back in the day is like $500 to $1,000 depending on what it is. You want to find a retro Surefire 1911 anything? Good luck. You're paying 4 digits.
Yeah. So you walk into a gun shop and you get the one with the synthetic stock for $350. You're looking at $200 online for this alone. These original,
not to mention a
factory blued magazine tubes, you think this is like, it's nothing, right? There's aftermarket tubes that are way cheaper, and I actually recommend. But if you're looking for a factory Remington blued extension tube, guess how much?
Hundreds.
$200. Yeah, $200 for what I could find them. This thing, this little bracket right here, a factory original Remington one. That one's blued. This one's a bit more like phosphated, but that one's blued. Freaking $80 I found them for. And then some dudes are asking $120. I don't know what they're smoking, but you're talking about $200 for a tube, $200 for a light, the slug barrel with the rifle sights, another $200. So I was about to buy a plain Jane, you know, non-extended tube, not even a police mag. I was about to buy a Wingmaster on the internet for $400, and I did the math, you know, $600 for the barrel then, and then $800 for the tube, and then frickin' to get a light, you know, I'm in it for $1,000 to get the shotgun I want, piecing it together. And then you just walk into your local gun shop and you find $400 for the wood stock and $350 for the synthetic. Don't go on Gunbroker to find these. You can get a deal, but just wait, man. You will run across a police trade in 870. It's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Like you got to be patient.
With the popularity of patrol rifles, a lot of the police departments have finally understood that shotguns are maybe not the most modern option to issue anymore. And the 5.56 AR-15 derivative of their choice is the way to go. So they're getting rid of all their old shotguns. Ironically, shotguns have fallen out of favor and then back into favor as far as fighting drones, but this is for police, not on the war front in Ukraine. So it makes sense. The Los Angeles Crips and Bloods are investing in drone warfare quite like the Russians and Ukrainians are. So your average patrolman in his patrol car doesn't have to worry about, you know, some FPV Crip drone flying into his cruiser. It's actually ICE that does. It's the cartel.
Oh,
that's been
true.
doing that.
That's a good point.
So ICE has been doing it.
But that actually segues into a good conversation thing. Okay, you're a police officer, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you don't have a partner, right? So you're just solo.
Very common for many
solo in your car, right? And you have an option between, in your car's rifle rack is either a patrol rifle or a shotgun. Let's say we're in
depends on my environment.
Like an urban city.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, even out to 100 yards, you can hit somebody with buckshot. Or if you're well trained, you can switch between buckshot and slugs very quickly. Or you might tactically set up your load.
But what would you take?
What would I take?
Yeah.
What's my time period?
Right now.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
AR-15 with a red dot magfire.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind taking a shotgun.
I wouldn't mind it, like with the right ammunition. Because like we talked to our buddy who's a cop for a while, and he said for his first 4 years on patrol, he carried a shotgun because they did not issue patrol rifles, and he felt totally fine because he used a projectile called Polyshock rounds. I'll put a picture up. They don't make them anymore.
They're gnarly.
They only ever sold them to police departments, but these rounds like fucked you up when people got hit with them. And he's like, I saw what they did, and I felt totally fine carrying a shotgun, knowing, you know, I live in a city. I am not making 100-meter shots, and this gun is totally reliable.
Yeah, I would feel 100% comfortable. I wouldn't necessarily feel outgunned. Granted, if it's like North Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
If they're bank robbers with AK-47s that are full auto.
But if I'm just doing regular patrol work and, you know, the system, the time arrives where I need something with a little bit more firepower or capability than my handgun, the idea of using a shotgun is like, I enjoy that. I like that. I grew up my entire life shooting shotguns. I've shot more shotguns than I've shot rifles. You know, this was like the first stuff I learned on. So the loading of it is like second nature. You know the capability. I mean, buckshot is just heinous when it hits people. And I don't know, like I feel like if I'm responding to like some rowdy ass stuff, you know, and you whip out the shotgun, like this is intimidating as hell. Grant, I don't want to go into the Joe Biden like FUD lore, boomer FUD lore, but like genuinely.
I think that's more perception than it is.
If like an officer, you know, let's say I'm out up to no good, right? I'm just getting rowdy, and an officer whips out one of these and gives it a pump, and I don't know, I just don't want like my internal organs removed in one shot. You know what I mean? Like that sets a precedent.
That's like dangerously into the territory of like, oh, just pump them and the home intruders will go away. Yeah. Dangerously into that territory. That's silly and stupid. But I mean, I get the effect. Shit. The psychological impact. Psychological impact has such a big effect on people. It's why the SAS still wear black when they operate in the United Kingdom. It's because black has a psychological impact of, holy fuck, that's the SAS, we're gonna die. And shotguns definitely have a psychological impact of, holy fuck, that's a shotgun, I'm about to get a piece removed out of me. Yeah. Yeah, it sets a precedent. Someone whips out a boomstick, it's like, ooh. I mean, hell, there were even plenty of guys in the Iraq War, Fallujah and Ramadi, they ran shotguns as their primary weapons. They did not carry an M4 or an M16, they carried a shotgun. I mean, granted, I don't want to be in Fallujah, but if they gave me a shotgun with my upbringing, shooting, you know, a lot of shotguns, a lot of hunting, I would feel comfortable. Granted, if a guy's 100 yards away, right, now you're like, oh shit, but no, I love shotguns. It's funny because I've kind of come full circle.
You know, I grew up, shotguns are everywhere. My dad had like one semi-auto pistol and one AR-15. And the rest of the stuff in our safe was either deer rifles or shotguns. And I grew up being like, man, I want the cool tactical stuff. I want the rifles. I want the military stuff, you know, and I started collecting military firearms. And I just was like, shotguns, And then now I'm back and I'm like, dude, shotguns are wicked. Like they're so much fun to shoot. The visceral sensory satisfaction of pumping something is equivalent to the same as like running a bolt action, you know? There's something about it, the je ne sais quoi of it.
The X factor.
The X factor, right? It's just like, it's like people that talk about driving sticks with automatic, right? It's kind of like a shotgun, like an old pump shotgun. And I find myself, I'm on Gunbroker and I'm on the internet and I'm looking at old shotguns, especially police shotguns. And I'm going for them.
Yeah.
Like they've kind of come back in favor.
I mean, they have. There's definitely more shotguns we'll cover in the future, more military shotguns that are very interesting.
No, I like the police stuff. You know?
Yeah, but you can't slam fire police guns.
Yeah. Oh, deer slayers. It's like a 37.
True. The old ones.
Yeah.
Only if you have an old one.
Yeah.
That's if you an LAPD special would be awesome.
I've been looking for one of those. I mean, Terminator, freaking Kyle Reese whips one of those puppies out and saws the stock off.
Fuck, we're back on Terminator.
Just awesome. Yeah, Terminator has a lineage with shotguns. Quite frankly, it's kind of funny. They've got two of probably the coolest shotguns ever in both movies.
Yeah.
They've got the freaking 870 with the law folder, and they've got the Ithaca 37.
Well, not to mention the 1887.
Oh,
T2.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Modern Warfare 2, I was there. I'm a veteran.
Yeah, Terminator and shotgun is like peanut butter and jelly.
Well, it's like, if you're fighting a big ass metal machine, do you want to shoot it with 45 or 9mm or 1 ounce slugs? Slugs. Now that's something I don't shoot a lot with shotguns, is slugs. I shoot a lot of slugs.
These sights are kind of, you know, you could shoot buckshot and all sorts of other stuff with it, but they're kind of like there for if you need to shoot a beanbag at somebody or a slug at something. I know back east, there's some states that you can't hunt deer with anything besides a slug.
Yeah, and you need a limiter.
You know, and a shotgun. But I don't shoot a lot of slugs, but buckshot and birdshot, man. And they're just a hoot. They're just a hoot to shoot. I freaking love shotguns. I'm like turning into a boomer.
I've always just shot. My dad always loved shooting shotguns, so we always shot shotguns.
Yeah, but all my shotguns have like, you know, like the engraved duck. And
my dad had like, he's got the 870 Wingmaster, and he's also got the Benelli M1. So I get both flavors of.
Yeah, your dad was a big. my dad's a hunting FUD boomer.
My dad was not.
He is, you know. But still, you know, I love shotguns. Yeah. I highly recommend them. Home defense?
That's dated at this point.
I don't know. Granted,
not the worst option.
Someone's down a hallway.
A gun is better than no gun.
Someone's down a hallway and you hit them with a double-aught buck. Yeah, they're not going to be causing any problems. But maneuvering with this thing in a building, not ideal.
These are long, especially with the 7-round tubes, or like if you have the Mossberg with the 8-round tube and it's even longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have quite a bit of recoil, depending on your level of experience.
Mike Lamb, The Art of the Combat Shotgun. I remember watching that. I think it was a Magpul video back in the day. And he brings up a lot of good points with shotguns, like for actual like use, military use and tactical use. And he's always like shorten the stock on these things.
They're too long.
These shotgun stocks are too long. You
can't actually get the Van Comp stocks, which are like an inch shorter, and those are a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, but besides that, yeah, someone breaks in my house and I have a shotgun. Good luck, buddy. But it's not the first thing I'm gonna reach for. I'm gonna reach for a handgun. But that doesn't make them any less cool. They're fun to shoot. Some ranges don't allow shotguns. That's a shame. But if you can go out and get yourself a good Remington 870 Police Magnum, Wingmaster, any good old Remington 870, especially. I can't preach it enough. If you can get the old school style with the aluminum, the freaking blued finish, and the chrome bolt, they're just like butter. They're amazing. I cannot recommend these shotguns enough. And don't rush out to Gunbroker and buy the first thing you see. I'm telling you, you just hang around your gun shop. A fleet of these will come in eventually.
So you're saying what I told you?
Yeah, actually, I have to eat crow real quick because I had been dying for an 870. I've been looking online. Like I said, I got this for $600, right? And that was the best price for the best condition. I had seen in like a year of looking. And I'm like, I gotta go up to Phoenix, I gotta buy this thing. And he's like, just wait, dude, there's gonna be a police trade-in shotgun. Like, just get a police trade-in. I'm like, no, man, this is it. It's got the rifle sights. If I want to kit it out like how it is, it'd cost me X amount more money, blah, blah, blah. And then that exact day, I leave that gun shop, go to the other gun shop to meet up with my buddy for lunch. And what do I walk in and find? This thing. So I'll give it to you. You got me.
When it rains, it pours.
For the price of one shotgun on Gunbroker, decked out how I liked, I got 2 shotguns. Food for thought.
Well, when it comes to what is the standard when it comes to a pump action shotgun, that means Remington 870. Any final thoughts?
I'd just like to thank you guys for coming. This is probably going to be a longer one than normal, but you get me talking about scatter guns and I just keep going. So, but if you don't know me, I'm Clay. You know, I've been around since the beginning, but I've taken a leave of absence. A bunch of big boy stuff's been happening in my life, whether traveling for work, working for travel, or I picked up a house recently in this insane market. So I'm been working on that and haven't had much time for YouTube, but I'll be trying to come back and start sprinkling some more videos in the next coming months. And hopefully everything goes smoothly with getting my studio. It's a spare room. And yeah, hopefully I'll be back and you guys will see me more often now.
We look forward to your cameo appearances in the future.
Yeah, that's my specialty, dude.
Yeah.
That's my specialty. Anyways, guys, we'd like to thank you for coming and watching this. Pump action shotguns are like the vanilla of the gun world, but God, they just taste so damn good.
Good mouthfeel.
Good mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Ask Kurt Cobain. Oh, you can't. He loved his.
He would say yes, though.
Would he?
What?
Would he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think his opinion on it splattered all over the roof, so.
Yeah. It's like a Jackson Pollock.
That might be a little too dark to have on YouTube.
No, that's just dark enough. This has been the Remington 870
Police
Magnum.